Just about set to get going from Bowen Field. Bluefield Rams baseball is on the air with the Bluefield Rams Digital Sports Network. The Rams and the Skyhawks of Point set to get underway. Corey Knight, the right-hander on the mound for the Rams, fires in the first pitch. It's swung on and missed by Johnny Eaton of Point, and we are underway. These two teams playing the rubber match of this three-game set. Knighton fires. Ground ball chopped up the first baseline, foul, 0-2. Point took the first game yesterday. The Rams won the second game on a Tyler Timmer walk-off home run in the bottom of the seventh inning. Eaton chops it out towards second, bobbled by McLam, ready to throw to first, and it's not in time. And E4 puts on Eaton to start the game. And the first base runner of the game on for Point, and the first error of the game against the Rams. Trey Chambers steps in. The set from Knighton and the pitch to Chambers. Give you a full rundown of starting lineups in just a moment as that pitch misses outside. My name is Trey Wilson. This afternoon on the Rams Digital Sports Network, thank you for tuning in for today's coverage of Bluefield Rams baseball. Knighton with the 1-0. Driven out into right field, charging in and playing it on a hop is Kane. And it's a one-out, or rather a single for Trey Chambers to move Johnny Eaton up to second base, and Point has a chance to get some runs across the board here in the first inning. Two on, nobody out for Anthony Padron, left-handed hitting right fielder for the Skyhawks. Knighton on the mound for the Rams comes in with a 4-3 record this year. He's making his 7th start of the season. 14th overall appearance as he comes set. And the first pitch to Padron is a strike knee-high on the outside corner. Knighton, a 286 earned run average this year. Started out the year in the bullpen, has since worked his way into the weekend rotation. The 0-1. Swing and a miss. Padron went chasing. No balls and 2 strikes. Knighton way ahead of Anthony Padron. Fires it in just a bit low. No chase. Point enters play today with a record of 18-24 on the season, 10-10 in the Appalachian Athletic Conference. The Rams 22-17, 6-12 in the league. Couple of checks back. Knighton ready. The 1-2. Hit on the ground into right field. It's a base hit. Meaning the wave around third is Eaton. Up firing is Kane. The throw is cut off and goes over to third. And called out at third is Chambers trying to stretch. But it's an RBI single for Anthony Padron. And Point takes a 1-0 lead here in the first inning. Back at Bowen Field, again, apologize for the technical problems. Having some problems with the connection at Bowen Field, but it should be back up now. Hopefully we'll stay with you. 1-0 point leading, heading into the top of the bottom half of the first inning. Get it right eventually. Sawyer McLam leading off against Rhett Jones for point. The 1-0 pitch swung on and missed. The count's 1-1 on McLam. Point leads 1-0 after plating an unearned run against Corey Knighton in the first inning on an RBI single by Anthony Padron. 1-1 to McLam. Up high, 2-1. Rhett Jones on the mound for point, 4-4 record this year. Right-handed pitcher, wears number 32. He has a .431 earned run average. Here's a 2-1. McLam swings and misses, chased out of the zone. It's 2-2. And he swings and misses, strike 3. First batter struck out by Rhett Jones. It brings up Chris McAllister. 1 out and nobody on. First pitch to McAllister is a called strike at the knees, 0-1. 11th start of the year for Rhett Jones. He's also made 2 bullpen appearances. Fired 63 innings coming into today's game as that pitch misses for ball 1. That leads the team on the season, 62 2/3 to be more specific. McAllister lines it down the left field line, foul. Count moves to 1-2, 1 out, 1-0 point, bottom of the first inning. One, 2. Outside, 2 balls and 2 strikes on McAllister. Two to McAllister. Strike 3 called up around the letters on the outside corner. And back-to-back strikeouts to start off the game for Rhett Jones. So 2 outs, nobody on for yesterday's Game 2 hero, Tyler Timmer. Hit the walk-off home run to defeat the Skyhawks in the bottom of the 7th inning in the second game of the day. He takes the first pitch for a called strike. It was a 4-3 win in that game. Rams down to their final out. A 2-out walk-off come from behind home run for Timmer. The 0-1. Popped up and out of play. 0-2. This is the first walk-off home run of Timmer's career. The 0-2 popped up and out of play again. Timmer fought off the off-speed on the outside corner. The wind and the pitch from Jones. A bit high and outside, 1-2. Jones listed at just 5'4". Columbus, Georgia, the 1-2. Inside, ball 2. And the 2-2 to Timmer. Swings and misses, strike 3. Rhett Jones strikes out the side, celebrates on the mound like they just won the league championship. But we're through 1. Point leads 1-0 on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Top of the second inning, 1-0 Point leading over the Rams. Corey Knighton back out on the mound after giving up an unearned run. And Point has come out with some fire this afternoon. Swinging the sticks well in the first inning. And a 1-2-3 first for the pitcher, Rhett Jones, struck out the Rams in order. Knighton gets a swing and a miss from Omar Smith, 0-1. The pitch from Knighton misses low and away. Corey Knighton, a senior, 6 foot, out of Mesa, Arizona, made a brief relief appearance yesterday. Called strike on the outside corner, and it's 1-2. A 1-2 on the way. Off speed, bounced it in the dirt with the curveball. Evens the count at 2-2. The next to last home start of Knighton's collegiate career. Only 3 more home games remaining in conference play for the Rams, coming up against Bryan next week. 2-2 is found back and out of play. Smith, a good job to fight it off and stay alive. The 2-2. Outside ball 3. The count's full. Give you a rundown, finally, of the Point lineup in just a moment. And trying to fight through these technical problems. Here's the payoff. Hit on the ground, stabbed out of the air by Knighton. Underhand flips to first, 1 away. The starting lineup this afternoon for the Skyhawks of Point. Left fielder Johnny Eaton leads off. Trey Chambers is the center fielder. He bats second. Batting third in right field, Anthony Padron. Hitting fourth, the catcher Michael Hughes. Batting fifth, first baseman Byram Farrell. Batting sixth and playing at third base, Matt Hayes. Batting seventh, second baseman Omar Smith. Hitting eighth, the designated hitter Taylor Harper, And rounding out the Skyhawks order, shortstop Trevor Maxey. Harper stands in, swings at a 1-0 pitch, and skies it out to right field. Right there for it is Will Kane, and there are 2 away. Brings up the number 9 hitter in the order, Trevor Maxey. Rams defensively today, Knighton on the mound, Garrett Schilling behind the plate, Dan Copeland at first, Sawyer McLam at second, Tyler Timmer is the shortstop, Chris McAllister at third, and in the outfield from right to left, Kane, Lawson, and Ratliff. First pitch called a strike to Maxey, the 0-1. On the ground out to short, chance for Timmer. Fields it cleanly, fires across to first, and the side retired. A 1-2-3 inning from Corey Knighton. And the crowd here at Bowen Field cheers him off the field. 1-0 Point heading to the bottom of the second inning on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Bottom of the second inning, Jacob Schober, the designated hitter to face Jones, swings at the first pitch and hits it on the ground, and it's booted by the shortstop Maxey into left field, and Schober reaches on the E6. First error of the game against the Skyhawks. You can't hear it on this microphone, but there's a great crowd in the grandstand behind home plate today, as there was yesterday. Lineup for the Rams coming up in just a moment. Garrett Schilling stepping in against the right-hander Jones. Jones 3 strikeouts already. Sat down the side in order on strikes in the first inning. Pick-off throw to first. Schober nearly caught leaning. For the Rams today, Sawyer McLam is the leadoff hitter, bats second. McAllister hitting second. Rather, McLam leadoff hitter playing second. Schilling hits it on a line out to left field and hooked it a bit too much. 0-1. So McLam batting second, leading off. McAllister hitting second and playing third. Tyler Timmer is the shortstop. He hits third in the order. The DH, Jacob Schober, bats fourth. Batting fifth and catching Garrett Schilling. Hitting sixth, right fielder Will Kane. Batting seventh, the left fielder Nick Ratliff. Hitting eighth and playing center field Ryan Lawson. Batting ninth and playing first base Dan Copeland. 0-1 to Schilling. Swings and misses through a fastball. Up high, it's 0-2. Defensive alignment for point today. Jones on the mound, Hughes behind the plate, Farrell at first. Smith is at second, Maxey at shortstop, Hayes at third, Eaton in left field, Chambers in center, and Padron in right field. Very similar to the lineup we saw yesterday from the Skyhawks. Another pickoff third to first, and again Schober diving back in. Another beautiful day at Bowen Field. Wind blowing across the field from left to right. The pitch, Schilling skies it, shallow right field, back the second baseman Smith, and it falls over his shoulder. Falls in for a hit. Nice throw to come up with it is Smith. He fires into second, but not in time, sliding in and moving up is Schober. So a single for Schilling off of Jones. First hit given up, and a courtesy runner comes in for the Rams. It's number 1, Gavin Yates. Schilling jogs off the field, gets ready to play defensively next inning. Runners on first and second, nobody out. Rams down 1-0 to point in the bottom of the second inning. And Will Kane stepping in, left-handed hitting right fielder. And the pitch. Kane squares, pulls back, and takes ball 1. Hughes steps in front of the plate, taps the signals in for this defense. The set and the 1-0. Pushes the bunt up the first baseline. Might have a chance for 2. Instead, Farrell, the first baseman, hangs on to it and tags Kane. So it's a successful sacrifice. The bunt, 3 unassisted. Moves up Yates to second. Schober goes to third. And now Nick Ratliff with a chance to give the Rams the lead if he can come up with a base hit. 1-0 point, bottom of the second. Right-handed left fielder Nick Ratliff. Where's number 20? The pitch. A strike called at the letters. High strikes have gone against both teams at the plate in this series going back to yesterday. It's been a very wide strike zone for both of our umpires. Ridge runner train chugging along in the park behind the right field wall. Might hear the smokestack every now and then. The 0-1 to Ratliff. Takes a called strike on the outside corner. Another high strike called. Here is the 0-2. Swung on and fouled back by Ratliff. Into the windup, Jones, the pitch. Way up high, overthrew that fastball. One, two, popped up in the air on the infield. will hold the runners at least. Charging in and bobbling it. It's caught. What a catch from Jones. Hayes, the third baseman, coming in, tipped it off his glove. And right there to recover the deflection was Jones. A bit of lucky fortune for the Skyhawks. Nick Ratliff sat down for the second out. It will be up to Ryan Lawson to try to drive in a run with runners at second and third and 2 outs. Ratliff winds and fires in. Swing and a miss. Lawson chasing way out of the zone. That ball bounced outside of the plate and about a foot in front of it. 0-1. Hits this one in the air. Should get him out of the jam. Coming in shallow center. No, it falls in. Out past the outstretched glove of Mackey. One run is across. Now here comes Yates. He will score. Lawson moves up on the throw, and the Rams have taken a 2-1 lead. A 2-run single for Ryan Lawson. And now a chance to stretch it. The first trip to the plate today for Dan Copeland. Maxey was charging back. The center fielder Chambers was playing too deep to get to it. And that bloop fell in. Not solid contact, but it works out. And now the pitch to Copeland. Called a strike again at the letters on the outside corner. Two-1 Bluefield, bottom of the second inning after the 2-run single by Ryan Lawson. The pitch. Off speed, catches the knees down the outside corner, and it's 0-2. Coming set, Jones. The 0-2 pitch just missed, maybe a bit inside, didn't miss by much. And it's 1-2. A long hole, the 1-2 pitch. Copeland drives it down the left field line, but got out in front a bit, hooked it foul, and it's still 1-2. One error on the inning. 2 Rams hits so far. 2 runs have come across to score. Lawson at second. And the 1-2 pitch. Copeland drives it into left field, a base hit. Lawson gets the windmill around third. He's heading to the plate. Coming up with the throw is Eaton, and the Rams have stretched the lead to 3-1. An RBI single for Dan Copeland. And the inning marches on. All of these runs coming in to score with 2 outs. And the top of the order, Sawyer McLam coming up. He struck out, part of that 3-strikeout first inning for Jones. The second inning hasn't gone quite as well. The pitch, swinging and a miss. All of these runs against Jones are unearned because of the error to start off the inning by the shortstop, Maxey. The pitch, just a bit low. Two-run single by Ryan Lawson, an RBI single by the Australian Dan Copeland. The Rams have pushed the lead to 2 here in the bottom of the second. The 1-1. Strike floats in across the knees on the off-speed pitch. It's 1-2 on Sawyer McLam. The pitch, a poke shot right at the shortstop, and it's caught on the fly by Maxey to retire the side. Rams bring 7 men to the plate. 3 runs come across to score on 3 hits, 1 error, and 1 left on. Bluefield leading 3-1 heading into the top of the third inning on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Top of the third inning, Corey Knighton set to face the top of the order, Johnny Eaton, into the box in the first pitch. Hit on the ground, foul down the first baseline. It's 3-0 Bluefield. 3 runs came across to score in the bottom of the second inning. Eaton has scored the only run so far for points. Check swing and a ball low. All 4 runs that have scored between these two teams are unearned. Pitchers have both pitched relatively well. The 1-1 pitch. Called a strike on the outside corner. Backdoor slider from Corey Knighton. And here comes his 1-2. Fouled back. A nice job by Eaton to keep the bat in the zone. Fought it off. Knighton ahead in the count. The 1-2. Off speed, just missed outside. Tried to catch the corner. Evens the count. 2 balls and 2 strikes on Eaton. 0 for 1. Reached on an error by Sawyer McLam back in the first inning. Steps out to adjust his batting gloves. And here comes a 2-2. Off speed and chopped foul. Eaton got out in front on that front foot. Knighton working quickly. Another 2-2. Missed outside and a good battle. Eaton has worked the count full. The payoff. Fouled back. And another pitch will come, and it will be the 9th pitch of this at-bat to lead off the third. Here comes the payoff. Floats off the outside corner, ball 4, and there's the first walk of the game. It goes to Johnny Eaton. Brings up the center fielder, Trey Chambers. Eaton a good base stealer, 9 of 10 on the season, but a very good arm behind the plate in Schilling. Ball's on the ground and past the shortstop Timmer into center field for a base hit. First pitch single ripped by Trey Chambers. And runners on first and second with nobody out, and Anthony Padron coming to the plate. Schilling a quick word with Knighton on the mound. Top of the third inning, 3-1 Bluefield, and point threatening again. Rams in double play depth. Both corner infielders are up on the grass. In the pitch. Strike called at the knees. 0-1. Knighton sets. Looks to second in the 0-1. Just missed upstairs. 1-1. It's been hard for any pitchers this weekend to find something not in the strike zone of this umpiring crew. The 1-1. That one way downstairs. 2 balls and a strike. Knighton sets. Schilling sets up outside. The pitch driven into right center field. Over for it is Kane and Lawson, and it gets in between them, falls in for a hit. Getting the wave around third is Eaton. Right behind him, the trailer Chambers comes in to score standing, and it's a 2-run double from Anthony Padron to tie the game at 3-3. Fifth hit of the game for the Skyhawks, and it ties us back up in the top of the third inning. Back and forth they go early. Stepping in now, the cleanup hitter Michael Hughes swings at the first pitch, drives it into right field. That's a base hit. Kane is up and firing. Holding at third is Padron, and there are runners on the corners with still nobody out here in the third. 3 straight hits to follow the walk off of Knighton. Courtesy runner comes in. Stepping up to the plate now is Byram Farrell. Runners on the corners trying to keep this game tied. The pitch from Knighton. Slapped into left field, down the line. It falls in. It's a base hit. In from third is Padron, getting the wave around, and then holding at third is Hughes as Ratliff finally gets it in. Another hit, and Point has taken a 4-3 lead. And here comes Drew Bailey to talk with Corey Knighton, the Rams pitching coach. An RBI single from Farrell. 4 straight hits to follow the walk to open up this third inning. Bailey heads back off the field. Still nobody out. The Rams will get some action going in the pen as Matt Hayes steps up. He flied out to center last time, very deep center. He had a homer yesterday. The infield comes in. First pitch misses inside for ball 1. Runner at first is Farrell. Runner at third, courtesy runner. The pitch, strike called, 1-1. The 1-1 pitch swung on and popped up out of play. So it looks like Nathan Green is the courtesy runner, 28 for the Skyhawks, now at third. Pitch misses for a ball, 2-2. 2-2 offering, swing and a miss, strike 3. That's a big strikeout. First of the game for Knighton. He went with the off speed. It's the first out in the third inning. The infield stays in rather than dropping back into double play depth with Omar Smith coming to the plate. Knighton trying to work out of this jam. The pitch hit in the air, Back to right field, tracking back is Kane, looking up, and he makes the catch at the track. Tagging from third is Green. He comes across to score. And moving up to third on the play is Farrell. Sacrifice fly and an RBI for Omar Smith. And the lead is now 5-3 for the Skyhawks. 4 runs have scored in the top of the third inning. But 2 outs, Knighton trying to strand the runner Green at third. First pitch to Harper is swung on and found back 0-1. Taylor Harper flied out to right in his only other trip. The 0-1. Off speed, misses outside. Tried to spin one, no chase. The pitch is popped up and out of play. Count moves to 1-2. (5-3) point leading in the top of the third. The pitch low, and he took 2-2. The set from Knighton, and the break-even pitch. Hit in the air, shallow right field, tracking towards foul territory, and it falls in foul. Keeps the count 2-2. Another 2-2 pitch. Bounces in. Nice stop from Schilling that will hold Green over at third base. Excuse me, that's Farrell at third. Byram Farrell, the first baseman, over at third. And the full count pitch. Fouled back and out of play by Harper. Four-run innings so far for Point. Knighton trying to end it. Still 3-2 on Harper. And the pitch. Grounded over to first. Copeland fields and tags the bag himself. The side retired. And the inning comes to a close after Point takes a 5-3 lead heading to the bottom of the third on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Chris McAllister in to lead off the bottom of the third. Takes a called strike, 0-1. 5-3 is the lead for Point. It's McAllister, Timmer, and Schober. The pitch misses up high, 1-1. 3-run second inning for the Rams, a 4-run third for Point. Lots of offense early. Rhett Jones still on the mound. His 1-1 pitch Hit on the ground to third softly. Played by Hayes. Comes up firing to first. One away. So one out, nobody on. Tyler Timmer into the box. Struck out his first time. The pitch. Chopped foul down the third base line. 0-1. Timmer is hitting .347. 5 home runs this year. That leads the Rams. Hits this one in the air. Back to right field. Chasing is Padron. Looks up, and it's off the base of the wall. Timmer's around first. He's being waved around to third. The throw coming in, and it bounces into third. Timmer is in sliding with a one-out triple. So an RBI chance for Jacob Schober. Timmer showing off some opposite field power. Just about got that one to clear the wall and right. That is not easy to do at this ballpark. So stepping in is Schober. He reached on an error last time, and he scored. The first pitch, Schober hacks, hits it on the ground. Backhand try by Maxey. He boots it up in the air, and everybody will move up 90 feet. Timmer comes in to score. Schober reaches it first, and the Rams cut it back to a one-run game. Second time today that Schober has reached on an error by Maxey. First pitch coming to Schilling. Rather will wait as Jones fires over to first, and Schober is back in. The first pitch to Schilling. Hits it in the air down the left field line. Tracing over is Eaton, still running, and he dives to make the catch. A nice play from Eaton. Robs Schilling of a base hit. And there are two away. Brings up Will Kane. Rams are swinging very early in the count here in the bottom half of the third. The first pitch, Kane hits it in the air, right center field. Tracking back the center fielder, Chambers. It is off the wall. Getting the wave around third is Schober. Chambers has to chase it down. He's got it. Schober's into score, sliding in at third with the triple. No, he's called out. But the run scores. The game is tied. An RBI triple from Will Kane. And that was a questionable call at best, and Mike White wants to have a word with the umpire after the play. Rams tie it up 5-5 heading to the fourth on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Top of the fourth inning and a new pitcher into the game for the Rams in a 5-5 ball game. Zach Tapia takes over for Corey Knighton. And the first pitch that he fires in is swung on and missed by Trevor Maxey. Tapia delivers. Strike called. Give you the final line on Corey Knighton in just a moment. The pitch. Outside for a ball. Couldn't get him the chase. It's 1-2. Tapia throws just outside, 2-2. Corey Knighton will get a no decision today. The pitch up and inside, and the count's full. Full count, 3-2 on Trevor Maxey to start off the fourth. Strike three called, right down the middle, locked him up. Tapia starts off his day with a punch-out. Final line for Corey Knighton, 3 innings pitched. He gave up 7 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them were earned. 1 walk and 1 strikeout. Now 1 away, Johnny Eaton coming to the plate to face Zach Tapia. Swings and misses at the first pitch. Tapia is out of Fontana, California. Transferred over from Mount San Jacinto College. This is his 3rd appearance of the weekend. He pitched in both games yesterday. Pitch is driven to left field over his Ratliff, and he watches it fall in for a base hit. Tucked just inside the line. It's going to be extra bases for Eaton. Oh, no, excuse me. They called it a foul ball. It is a foul ball, excuse me. Home plate umpire signaled foul, and Eaton is back to the plate. And the count is 0-2. The pitch bounces in, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Sounds like Jeremy Christian, the head coach for Point, pretty stunned by that foul call. I don't disagree with him. The 1-2 pitch, too low, 2-2. Only a 2-umpire crew in the AAC. The 2-2 pitch is chopped foul down the first baseline. The umpire went to throw a ball back to the pitcher Tapia, and he ended up tossing it out to the second baseman McLam. So trouble in all facets of the game right now for the men in blue today. Tapia into the windup. Now he's stopped, and stepping out of the box is Eaton. Time granted by the home plate umpire right as Tapia had started his windup. Count still 2-2. 1 out, nobody on. Top of the fourth inning in a 5-5 game. The pitch, too low, ball 3. Another full count for Tapia. And a payoff pitch. Popped up in the air, out of play, foul down the left field line. A good battle between Eaton and Tapia. We saw a very good battle between Eaton and Corey Knighton back in the 3rd inning, which was ultimately won by Eaton. He worked the walk. This pitch, strike 3 called on the outside corner. And Eaton not thrilled with that call. Gives a couple of looks back to the home plate umpire. Back-to-back strikeouts for Zach Tapia to start off his day, and Trey Chambers comes in. First pitch to Chambers. Swings and misses out in front. Tapia's pitch is bunted foul and out of play by Chambers. And he's way ahead 0-2, trying to strike out the side in the top of the fourth. Oh and 2, and the pitch on the way. Just missed, low and away. Infielders all flinched, thought they were heading to the dugout. Quickly, the 1-2. On the ground, up the middle, it's a base hit. Bounces into center field to Lawson. And a 2-out single for Trey Chambers. 8th hit of the game for the Skyhawks of Point. And Anthony Padron up to the plate. Trey Chambers now on over at first. Chambers has 22 stolen bases this year heading into this series. First pitch is called a strike on Padron. He has a 2-run double in this game and an RBI single. Padron has 3 runs driven in so far just in this game. The pitch bounces in, 1-1. Chambers 0 for 1 trying to steal against Garrett Schilling. The 1-1 pitch. Popped up out of play, foul down the left field line. It's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Chambers goes. The pitch outside. The throw down to second is in time, but a bit offline. And Timmer couldn't quite hold his position. So sliding in safely is Chambers. And there's stolen base number 23 this year. Now 23 out of 29 on the season. 2-2 is the count on Padron. He's 2 for 2, a single, a double, 3 RBIs. Tapia steps off, now gets back on. 2-2, 2 outs, trying to strain Chambers at second. The pitch inside, and it hit him. So Padron takes first. And now Michael Hughes, the catcher, coming up. First pitch to Hughes, a strike called, 0-1. Hughes at the plate, the senior out of Palmetto, Georgia. Tapia steps off again. The set and the 0-1. Swing and a foul back out of play, 0-2. Tapia way out in front on Hughes. 2 strikeouts on the inning for Tapia. Then a single and a hit batter. Runners at first and second, 2 outs trying to end the inning. The pitch too high, no chase, 1-2. 5-5 game. 1 run in the first inning for the Rams, 3 in the second for Point. Excuse me, that was backwards. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Misses low. It was 1 in the first for Point, 3 in the second for the Rams. 4 runs in the third for Point. And the Rams tied it back up with 2 runs in the bottom half of the third. McLean in to have a word with his pitcher, talking with Tapia. Tapia sets. And the 2-2. Line down the left field line, a foul ball. Got a bit out in front. Tapia missed up with that one, moves the count, or keeps the count rather, at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs with 2 on. The pitch. Popped up in the air, shallow right field, could be trouble. In comes Kane. It drops in, a base hit. Around third, coming to the plate is Chambers. He scores, and Point takes the lead. Padrone's over to third, and it's an RBI single for Michael Hughes. So it brings up Byron Farrell. After Tapia struck out the first 2 batters he faced this inning, having some trouble finishing off the frame. The pitch. Lined into right field, charging in Kane, plays it on a hop, and another run will score. In from third is Padrone. RBI single for Byron Farrell. None of these solid contact. That one sounded like it was off the end of the bat. And it's now 7-5 Point. Schilling out to talk with Tapia. Two on still with 2 outs. 2 runs have already come across to score in the top of the 4th. The pitch. High for a ball. Sets and the 1-0. Strike called on the outside corner. Evens the count, 1-1. A step off from Tapia. The pitch. Missed somewhere, 2-1. Action in the pin for Point. A 2-1. Fouled back and out of play. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Pitch thrown in, missed low, and the count's full. Three balls, 2 strikes on Hayes. The runners Green at second, Farrell at first will get a head start. The pitch. Inside, ball 4. First walk from Tapia. The bases are loaded. The 8th batter of the inning coming to the plate for Point and Omar Smith. 0 for 2 on the afternoon. 3rd straight inning that he has come up to the plate. This has not been a very pitcher-friendly game. Here's the first pitch for Smith. Strike taken. Really, really high in the strike zone, or thereabout. 0-1. The pitch. About the same spot, but called ball 1. One pitch. Popped up, foul down the first baseline and out of play. 1-2. Seven-5 Point. Skyhawks trying to extend the lead in the top of the 4th. Tapia's 1-2 pitch. Poked out towards second. Right there, McLam makes the catch to end the inning. 2 runs come across to score for the Skyhawks as 8 men come to the plate. And Point leads by 2, heading to the bottom of the 4th inning on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Bottom of the fourth inning, stepping in Nick Ratliff to lead off for the Rams, takes a ball inside from Rhett Jones, 1-0. It's 7-5, point leading. The 1-0 pitch. Ratliff lines it into left field for a base hit. First hit of the day for Ratliff, 1 for 2 now. It brings up Ryan Lawson, who had a 2-run single back in the second in his only other trip. In the pitch, Ratliff punches the bunt down the third baseline, picked up by Jones, throws to first, and it is in time to get him. Don't think that was... I think he was trying to bunt for a hit. Don't think we could score that as a sacrifice. It brings up Dan Copeland, 1 away and a runner at second. From the stretch is Jones, and he steps off. Lead out at second for Ratliff. And the pitch to Copeland. Takes outside for ball 1. The set from Jones. And the pitch. Copeland pops it up. Getting out of play down the third base line, a sliding try, and it's caught by Eaton. He made the catch. Looked like it might get out of play. He had just enough room to make a sliding catch. And brings up Sawyer McLam. Runner at second, 2 outs. The pitch. Strike called on the outside corner. Sawyer is 0 for 2, a strikeout, and he lined out to short. Here's the 0-1. Outside, ball 1. The 1-1 pitch after a couple checks all the way. Outside, 2-1 now on McLam. Jones has given up 5 runs so far, but just 1 of them earned. 3 strikeouts, all coming in the first inning. Struck out the side in order to start the game. 2-1 count on Sawyer McLam. The pitch. McLam hits it in the air to left. Eaton charging. And makes the catch to retire the side. 1 hit on the inning, 1 left for the Rams. Bluefield trailing 7-5, heading to the top of the 5th inning on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Top of the fifth inning. 7-5 point leading, and Taylor Harper at the plate for the Skyhawks. A 1-1 counts on the designated hitter this afternoon for point. And a new pitcher into the game for the Rams is Dylan Cole. Pitch from Cole is popped up in the air, foul down the first baseline. Zach Tapia done after just 1 inning. Cole normally a 1 or 2 inning pitcher. Here's the 1-2. Low and away. 2 balls and 2 strikes. Tapia's final line, 1 inning pitched. 3 hits, 2 walks. 3 hits, 1 walk, 1 hit batter, 2 strikeouts, and 2 runs both earned. The pitch from Cole misses outside, and the count is full on Taylor Harper. Tapia is now in line for the loss should this score hold, but the way this game has gone, that would not be likely. The pitch. On the ground, up towards short. Timmer to his left. Makes the throw over to first, and not getting back on the bag in time was Copeland. Throw pulled him off the bag. It's an E6 to put Harper on. Second error of the game against the Rams. So brings up Trevor Maxey. Cole is set, and the pitch. Low and away, ball 1. Squares for the bunt, pulls back and takes strike 1, evens the count on Maxey. Cole this year, no record, and a .338 earned run average. Squaring for the bunt again is Maxey. He puts it up the first baseline. Cole plays, and he bobbles and has no play. So an error now on Cole. The Rams starting to fall apart in the 5th inning. Back-to-back errors puts runners at first and second for the top of the order, Johnny Eaton. (7-5 point). 7 runs, 10 hits, 1 error for the Skyhawks. 5 runs, 7 hits, and 3 errors on the game for the Rams. Eaton is in the box, left-handed hitter. Rams with the corner infielders in on the grass, likely expecting a bunt from Eaton. Cole steps off. Delay in play. And now we're ready to go. Cole is set. And his first pitch to Eaton will wait. He bounces a throw into the second baseman, McLam, covering the base. Two errors on the inning have put runners at first and second with nobody out for the Skyhawks. Rams defense expecting the bunt. Another pickoff throw back to second. McLam giving defensive signals from second base. Eaton still waiting for his first pitch. Cole is set. Now he fires to the plate. Eaton squares, pulls back, and takes strike 1. Rams setting up the wheel play, trying to get maybe the lead runner at third. Long, drawn-out signals of the third base coach for point. And now Eaton finally in the box. And Cole steps off. Already squaring for the bunt is Eaton. And another pickoff throw to first. This is the type of inning that slows the game down. Lots of strategy between the two teams. There was a pitch clock at this level. There would have been a lot of penalties already on both the pitcher and the batter. Here's the 0-1. Bunt is popped up in the air. Schilling chases, but it falls down over by the Rams dugout. And it's 0-2 now on Eaton. Oh, and 2 the count. Is the bunt still on for Eaton? We have seen Point try to bunt with 2 strikes already once this weekend. And they did it successfully. He does square, pulls back, and takes the ball up high for ball 1. One and 2 the count. Runners on first and second. Out at second, it's Farrell. Over at first, or rather out at second, it's Harper. Over at first is Maxey. The pitch, bunted foul, and that's strike 3. A sarcastic good job uttered from the third base coaching box. Clearly, Jeremy Christian a bit unhappy with the bunt attempt from Eaton. 1 away, and here's Trey Chambers. First pitch to Chambers. Swings, hits it on the ground, and into left field, a base hit. Ratliff is up throwing. Getting the wave around third is Harper. The throw to the plate is in time. Is it? No! The tag missed from Schilling. Harper scores, and it's 8-5 Point. RBI single from Trey Chambers. Tucked it right in between the shortstop Timmer and the third baseman McAllister. That is the 4th single of the game for Chambers. And it will end the day for Dylan Cole. Call to the bullpen made. Luke Harris coming in for the Rams. Take a break for the pitching change. Bluefield trailing Point 8-5 on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Luke Harrison for the Rams in the top of the 5th inning. Harris 2-0 with a 4.76 ERA this year, making his 13th appearance. He comes in with runners on first and second and nobody out, replacing Dylan Cole. 1 run already across in this inning for the visiting Skyhawks, an RBI single from Trey Chambers. Chambers is at first, Maxey at second, and at the plate, Anthony Padron. The first pitch called a strike. The 0-1. Outside, a ball and a strike. The check to second. Another look back. And a 1-1. Swing and a miss behind the fastball was Padron. And it's 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes for Luke Harris against Padron. And the pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Back pick throw to first. And it gets away from Copeland, and the runners are moving up 90 feet. Third error of the inning comes after the strikeout. This one goes against Schilling, 4th error of the game against the Rams. Harris picks up his first strikeout, and now he will face Michael Hughes with runners at second and third and 2 away. Hughes so far in this game is 2 for 3, an RBI and a run scored. A couple of singles for him. Byron Farrell is on deck if he gets a chance. There is a base open. They're going to pitch to him. The pitch, swing and a miss. No balls, 1 strike, the count from Harris. And the pitch, outside for a ball, 1-1. Top of the 5th inning, and Point has scored 3 unanswered runs to take an 8-5 lead. The 1-1 pitch, outside again, 2-1. More action in the pen for the Rams. Bullpen heavy game. This is already the 4th pitcher of the day on the mound now with Harris. 2-1. Strike called on the outside corner. Two balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs with 2 on. The pitch. Swing and a miss, strike 3. Back-to-back strikeouts from Luke Harris to get out of the jam. 1 run scores on the inning. It's 8-5 Point heading to the bottom of the 5th on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Bottom half of the fifth, Chris McAllister, Tyler Timmer, and Jacob Schober due up for the Rams. 8-5 the lead for Point. McAllister takes the first pitch up high. Rhett Jones still on the mound for the Skyhawks. He has worked 4 innings so far. 7 hits, 5 runs. The pitch inside, and it hit McAllister. He'll take first. It brings up Timmer now with a runner on. Hit his 5th home run of the season yesterday. After a slow start offensively this year, Timmer rounding into form as the season starts to wind down. The pitch. Strike taken near the letters on the inside corner, 0-1. Pickoff throw over to first, and McAllister is back in. Rhett Jones on the mound, looking for his 5th win of the season. The 0-1 pitch inside, almost hit Timmer. Long stare into his catcher Hughes, and now he's set. Jones deals. Way up high. Looks about out of gas. Action in the pen right now for the Skyhawks. 2-1 the count on Timmer. The 2-1. Strike called near the outside corner around the knees, and it's 2-2. The mobile strike zone that we have seen throughout this series. Two. Timmer on the ground, diving, stopped by Hayes, and he makes the catch. Robs Timmer of a base hit. 1 away. Timmer smoked that ball. Hayes made the catch. Now visit out to the mound from Hughes as Jacob Schober comes to the plate. Schober has reached on an error both times up, both errors against Maxey. The only 2 errors of the day for the Skyhawks. The pitch, Schober takes inside for ball 1. And now a visit out to the mound. Want to know the count on Schober after the meeting breaks. Runner at first is McAllister. The pitch. Schober hits it deep back to left field. Chasing it, Eaton. And he has room to make the catch at the warning track. Schober flies out for the second out. Didn't miss making this a 1-run game by very much. McAllister retreats back to first. And the catcher, Garrett Schilling, comes up. Likely nearing the end of the road for Rhett Jones. He's thrown a lot of pitches today. Trying to get through fifth, so he'll be eligible for the win should the score hold. A pick-off throw to first, McCoster. Back in with a dive. Rams were behind much of the game in the second game yesterday before the walk-off homer by Timmer. As Schilling fouls it back 0-1. Trying to keep within striking distance right now. Rhett Jones has pitched 4 2/3 so far. Allowed 7 hits and 5 runs, but just one of those runs were earned. Another pickoff throw over to first, and again McCoster is back in with a dive. The 3 strikeouts on the game so far for Jones all came in the first inning. He sat down McLam, McCoster, and Timmer in order to open up the day. Pitch to Schilling, hits it on the ground into left field. It's a base hit. Skips past Hayes, the third baseman. Up to second goes McCoster. Eaton tosses back in. The Rams have 2 on with 2 outs for Will Kane. It's the second hit of the game for Garrett Schilling. And it brings up Will Kane, who almost hit a home run to one of the deepest parts of this ballpark last time. Kane is 1 for 1, an RBI double. He has a sacrifice bunt as well. He was thrown out trying to stretch it into a triple. At least that's what the ruling was from the umpiring crew. First pitch to Kane. Chopped foul. Oh and 1. No balls, 1 strike. The pitch from Jones. Misses just a hair low, 1 and 1. Eight 5 point, bottom of the 5th. Rams trying to get some runs and make something out of this 2-on situation in the bottom half of the 5th inning, just over halfway through this game. At the 2.5 hour mark, or the hour and a half mark, rather. Strike call to the outside corner to Kane. It's 1 and 2. One ball, 2 strikes on Kane. Runner at second, McCoster at first is Yates. The ball is hit on a line into right field and caught on the fly by Padron, and the inning is over. Rams strand a pair. 1 hit on the inning, 1 hit batter, nothing comes across. Bluefield trails point 8-5 heading to the 6th on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Double for Matt Hayes puts one on with one out in the top of the 6th inning. Now in is Omar Smith, fouls one back. It's 0-1. Hayes just missed his second home run of the weekend. And now in scoring position with Point, trying to stretch this 8-3 lead. Rather 8-5 lead, a 3-run lead for the Skyhawks. Luke Harris on the mound for the Rams. And it's 0-1. Outside, 1 ball and 1 strike on Smith. Smith is 0 for 2. Does have a sacrifice fly in this game. One from Harris. Misses downstairs, 2 balls and a strike. Fires one in, gets away from Schilling, and up to third goes Matt Hayes. It's now a 3-ball, 1 strike count on Smith, and he's in an RBI position with a runner at third and 1 away. Infield comes in, and the 3-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 2. Counts full. Now a full count. Harris from the stretch. Smith back in the box. Fires in. On the ground, foul. Down the first baseline. Just missed the bag. That would have been extra bases and at least one more run for the Skyhawks. But poked just foul by Smith. Count still full. Strikeout situation. The 3-1. Line drive, center field, base hit. Falls in. In from third to score is Hayes. The throw goes to second. And sliding in with an RBI double is Omar Smith. And Point now leads 9-5. Brings up Taylor Harper. Reached on an error by Timmer and scored in the 5th. The first pitch takes up high, ball 1. The set and the 1-0. Popped back out of play. Evens the count at 1-1. A long hold in the 1-1 pitch. Way over the head of Schilling, and up on the wild pitch goes Smith to third. More action about to start in the pen for the Rams, actually. Might not even make it that long. Mike White coming out now to talk to Harris. And he's going to make the call now. Not even going to wait. Pitching change in the top of the 6th inning. New pitcher coming in for the Rams is Chaz Miller. Tell you about him when we come back. Bluefield trailing 9-5 in the top half of the 6th on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Chaz Miller is the 5th pitcher of the day for the Rams, as he comes in for Luke Harris. Miller, a right-handed freshman out of Honaker, Virginia, Honaker High School product. And he comes in with a 2-1 count on Taylor Harper. The pitch. Bunt is down. It's a squeeze play. Only play will be to first. Miller comes up throwing. Bounces the throw right past McLam. Everybody's safe. The run scores. Now 10-5, the lead for Point. Scoring on that plate from third was Smith, and now a runner on first and 1 out. First pitch to Trevor Maxey, way up high from Miller, 1-0. You can now close the book on Harris. 1 inning pitched, 2 hits, 2 runs, both earned. No walks and 2 strikeouts. Has not been a very good pitching day for the Rams. The 1-0 pitch, strike called. He evens the count at 1-1. One swing and a miss behind the fastball from Miller. Miller started out the year in the rotation, has since returned to the bullpen. 1-2. Popped up in the air, first base side, Copeland giving chase. Has room, and he makes the catch for out number 2. Two outs, 2 already in, 1 left on right now for the moment for Johnny Eaton. Eaton is 0 for 3. He scored twice, reached once on an error, also reached once on a walk. And he's got a couple of strikeouts today. And the pitch from Miller. Strike taken, 0-1. Five unanswered runs for the Skyhawks over the last 3 innings. And the 0-1 pitch. Outside corner, called a strike. It's 0-2. This game moving at a slow pace. The 0-2 pitch. Hit in the air, back to left center field, tracking back Lawson. And he makes the catch for the final out. Side retired in the top of the 6th. Another couple of runs come across to score for the Skyhawks. Point now leads 10-5 on the Rams Digital Sports Network. New pitcher into the game in the the bottom of the 6th inning for Point. It's the right-hander Luis Florentino out of Santo Domingo, Dominican Republic. 6'4" right-handed junior. And his first pitch of the day is a called strike to Nick Ratliff, 0-1. Florentino is 2-5 with an 8.57 ERA this year. 0-1 pitch. Ratliff takes outside, 1-1. This is the 11th appearance this year for Florentino. Just the second out of the bullpen. 1-1 pitch for Ratliff. Swings and hits it in the air. A base hit into right center field. A couple of skips out to the center fielder Chambers. A quick toss in. Leadoff single for Nick Ratliff, his second hit of the game, trying to spark a rally here in the top of the sixth. Bottom of the sixth, brings up the left-handed hitting center fielder Ryan Lawson. Lawson, a 2-run single back in the second. He is 1 for 2 in the game. Set from Florentino in the pitch. Outside corner, strike called. Pick off throw to first. Back in sliding is Ratliff. Final line today for Rhett Jones. 5 innings pitched, 7 hits, 5 runs, 1 earned run. No walks and 3 strikeouts. All those Ks were in the first. 0-1 to Lawson. Misses outside. 1-1. Some throwing in the Bluefield bullpen. Lawson drives this one into right center field. That's trouble. That's off the base of the wall for a hit. Got over the wall. Went off the scoreboard. A 2-run homer for Ryan Lawson, his first of the year. Banked off the scoreboard, and Lawson brings the Rams back within 3. Just like that, 2 batters faced and 2 runs across against Florentino. And it brings up Dan Copeland. First pitch to Copeland is called a strike. The 0-1 catches the plate for a called strike, 0-2. Check swing, appeal to first, no swing, 1-2. Florentino winds the 1-2. Line drive, base hit, and Copeland keeping the rally going. Quickly tossed in from Eaton. Copeland, his second hit in this game. Both of them to the left field. 3 straight hits off of the reliever Florentino. In the top of the order, Sawyer McLam coming up. Just like that action starting in the Skyhawks. Ball down the left field line from McLam. Oh and 1. Runner leads off of first. That's Copeland. And the pitch. Swing and a miss. Big cut from McLam. 0-2. From the stretch, Florentino, lots of mitts popping in the bullpen. The pitch way up high and off the catcher's mitt. Hughes watches it track back and has to chase it. Moving up on the passed ball is Copeland. 10-7. Still nobody out in the top of this, or rather the bottom of the 6th inning. Copeland leading off at second. Top of the order, McLam at the plate. And the pitch inside, almost hit him. And holding at second base is Copeland after Hughes had some trouble keeping up with the ball. Evens the count at 2-2 on McLam. He's 0 for 3 today. A strikeout, a line out to shortstop, and a fly out to left field. So when he made Jones both times, it went the other way. The 2-2 pokes it the other way again into left field. Eaton is there, and he makes the catch for out number 1. Finally, a first out recorded for Florentino. 1 away, and Chris McAllister coming up to the plate. Getting to a dangerous part of the order for the Rams have squared up Florentino for the most part. McAllister, Timmer, and Schober the next 3 up, trying to keep this inning going, maybe make a big one out of it. Florentino sets and steps off. Bottom of the 6th inning. And the pitch inside just missed the corner. And it's 1-0 on McAllister. Strike zone shrinking a bit for the first time today. A good sign for the Rams. Florentino sets. A look back. Another check in the 1-0 pitch. McAllister hits it into right field, a base hit. Getting the wave around third is Copeland, and then gets held at the last second as Padron comes up and fires a strike into the infield. But it puts runners on the corners with just 1 out. Mike White, originally giving the windmill to Copeland, decided to hold him with still just 1 out. And the big sticks coming up. Playing the percentages that Timmer or Schober will be able to at least get 1 more run out of this inning. Another visit out to the mound. And that may be the end of the line for Florentino. A pitcher coming in straight from the dugout. Might have warmed up in the pen, but looks like we will see for the 3rd time in this series already. Kyle Loro, who pitched extremely well yesterday for the Skyhawks. While he warms up, we'll take a break. 10-7. Rams down by 3 with 1 out in the bottom of the 6th inning on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Into the game, the left-hander Kyle Loro, who pitched in both games yesterday, picked up a save in the first one, pitched well enough to win the second one, but the Rams rallied in the 7th. The lefty will face Tyler Timmer with runners on runners on first and second. And 1 away. The first pitch to Timmer hits it on the ground out to short, might be 2. Maxey on to second for 1. The throw to first is not in time, gets past Farrell. 1 run is in to score. Timmer moves up to second, and the inning marches on. It's an RBI for Timmer on the fielder's choice. A 6-4 putout. And then Timmer advances to second on the error by the second baseman Smith. So an E4. And that's the third error of the game against the Skyhawks. So now the score 10-8. First pitch to Schober. Hits in the air. Shallow right center field. Charging in. Padron makes the catch on the run. And that ends the inning. The Rams do get a couple back. Now down 10-8. A 3-run bottom of the 6th for the Rams. Move on to the 7th. 3 innings left to play from Bowen Field on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Apologize for those technical problems. 1-2 the count now on Anthony Padron with 1 out in the top of the 7th inning. Chaz Miller still in the game. He got Trey Chambers to pop out to third. The pitch to Padron misses up high. 2-2. Miller winds the 2-2 pitch. Chopped right back to the pitcher. And Miller an easy throw over to first for 2 outs. Two away in the top of the 7th. And the catcher, Michael Hughes, 2 for 4, a single with a run scored, and then an RBI single in the 4th. Gets ready to step in against Chaz Miller. Miller, the 5th pitcher of the day for the Rams. And here comes his first offering. Taken at the knees or near them for a called strike. The 0-1. Tipped foul off the end of the bat, 0-2. Miller looking for a 1-2-3 inning. Point has scored in 5 out of the 6 innings that have been played so far today. The only 0 on the board was back in the 2nd. The 0-2. A check swing on a fastball outside, didn't go. Just because there are 2 outs, though, Point has been able to put together something from nothing, some 2-out rallies against Rams pitching today. Miller fires the 1-2. Popped up and over the awning behind home plate. Out of play. It stays 1-2. And another 1-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. Strike 3. Miller, a 1-2-3. Top half of the 7th inning. Stretch time from Bowen Field. Bluefield trailing by 2 on the Rams Digital Sports Network. Ty Plumlee into the game now for the Point Skyhawks in the bottom of the 7th inning, 10-8. And Bluefield trailing the Skyhawks here with 9 outs left to work with. Garrett Schilling will lead off. The second left-handed reliever in a row into the game after Kyle Loro helped work out of the jam in the 7th inning. Or rather, the 6th inning. Plumlee, lefty, winds and fires to Schilling, who takes a called strike. Schilling so far in this game, 2 for 3. Hits this one way up in the air. Popped a mile over the infield. Over is Smith, the second baseman, to make the catch in shallow right field. And 1 out in the bottom of the 7th inning. Final line for Kyle Loro, 2/3 of an innings pitched. Gave up 1 hit, no runs. He did give up 1 inherited runner. Bottom of the 9th, last chance for the Rams. Garrett Schilling to lead it off against Nathan Skinner. 12-8 point the lead. And the pitch misses low and away for ball 1. Skinner gave up the home run yesterday to Tyler Timmer. See if the Rams have one more comeback in them. Misses again, 2-0. The set and the 2-0. Strike called, led her high on the outside corner, 2-1. Schilling drives it back to right field. Padron coming in, makes the catch on the run, 1 away. Nobody on, 1 away for Will Kane. Swings and misses at the first pitch. Kane is 2 for 3 today. An RBI. A couple of singles. The pitch. Strike called on the outside corner. It's 0-2. 0.2 outs away from taking the rubber match of this 3-game series. The 0-2. Taken upstairs for a ball, 1-2. A 1-2 to Kane. Swings and misses. Strike 3. Two quick outs for Nathan Skinner. Right now, Rhett Jones, the pitcher of record. Skinner in line for the save if he can get one more out. Nick Ratliff at the plate. The pitch. Up and inside, up near his head. Ball 1. 1-0. Right down the middle for a called strike. Ratliff today 2 for 4. A couple of singles, and he scored a run back in the 6th inning. 2 outs, nobody on, 4-run game, bottom of the ninth. The 1-1 pitch is a called strike on the outside corner, and the Rams are down to their final out. Skinner sets, and the 1-2 popped up on the infield, foul ground. Farrell tracking back, and he runs out of room as it gets out of play. Count holds it 1-2. Everybody returns back to their positions. This game about to hit the 3-hour mark. The set and the 1-2. Strike 3 called, and the ball game is over. The Rams fall 12-8 as Point takes the series finale. Winning pitcher in this game, Rhett Jones. Jones 5 innings today, 7 hits, 1 earned run, 5 total, 3 strikeouts. The save goes to Nathan Skinner as Bluefield drops to 22-18 on the year, 6-13 in a disappointing Appalachian Athletic Conference season. Point improves to 19-24, 11-10 in the AAC. That will wrap up this afternoon's coverage from Bowen Field. Bluefield drops a pair this weekend to the Skyhawks of Point. You've been watching all this coverage. Thank you for tuning in. My name is Trey Wilson. This has been Bluefield Rams Baseball on the Rams Digital Sports Network.